Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Like, talk to me. Like, how y'all doing?
Are you feeling Naeem? We're getting started.
Y'all feeling good to be honest. Like,
That's what's up.
I can't even complain. Like, this session, y'all, it's about to be something else. Something like people don't often see. Like, I'm telling you, even though we got the many success sessions, but this one, it's gonna be a banger for sure. Look,
Definitely.
you know who's on top of the chat?
Oh,
Do you know who it is?
it's me. I think it's me. Oh wait, I'm not even in there. LOL. Do you know who's on top of the chat?
On my end, I see Dante.
Yo, Dante, what is up? You at the top. It is 6 o'clock.
Wait, I
Let's
want to ask the people in the chat, is that like, is it accurate? Because like, I don't want to get things confused. So I just want to make sure is that um everything accurate. Who at top?
what is that? Let me
Oh,
see.
and he at the top. Jada said she thought she was first. Y'all tell
First
me
was
because
first.
at my end it shows, yeah, all right, back, cool. So yeah, hi, hey y'all, I'm telling you. Not only that, we got Amari here.
Mr.
We got
Evaporate,
a,
elaborate. What's up?
we got a special guest. I'm
Gosh,
not even gonna say too much. I'm gonna let the show rock on for real. So yeah, and they said it's Dante. Okay, cool. That because I thought my YouTube was tripping at first. I thought it was acting a little iffy, but we got
it's
it.
the Xfinity. It's that Xfinity. Like something been going on with that Xfinity. Y'all know that. What they've been saying, what y'all been saying. So the topic of today, the topic. Can I get a drum roll? Can we get a drum roll? Can we get a clap? Can we get something before we talk about this? Because this is very important. Can y'all drop like some hearts in the chat? Some red
Drop
hearts?
the blue heart.
Yes, drop some red hearts
Oh,
in
if
the
you new,
chat.
drop a blue heart. If you new, drop a blue heart. But for all my heartbeats, official ones, drop the red hearts. Drop them. Yeah,
Drop the red hearts now.
man. Amar,
Drop.
what's the topic? I'm like, we want to know.
Did
Like,
they drop them yet? Did they drop them?
I see Michelle dropping the heart. I see Jamal dropping the Cardinals and a heart. I see Jada dropping drum rolls. Anaya dropping hearts. We getting active in here. It's going
Okay. All right.
man.
I'm so sorry, y'all have kids in the back. But back to what I was saying. We are going to be talking about society versus cultural. Yay!
Hold on,
And,
hold on. Not
huh?
only that, we're gonna talk about the similarities of between society and culture. Start us off, Amari. Like tell us, like give us a little, not a pat, like a summary, but give us like your insight about our society and culture.
We can't forget about our special guest. How we can forget about her? The magnificent. Come on now.
Hey, go ahead.
Journal J. Bring yourself on here. Cause you gotta get on here. This is your thing. This is your thing. What is up? What is up? Hey girl.
What's good, Jada? What's
Hey
good?
y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. I'm super excited to be talking about like society's norms versus culture because I think that it's important.
I think it is too. I am so excited to have you on here. So excited to have you in this space, in this, area. Oh, it's going to be so exciting. So let's get to it, y'all. Um, society versus culture. I'm gonna give y'all the definition of society versus culture because I think we need to know about the definition. I think we need to know about what's going on. Y'all need to know. So I'm ready to give it to
All right. What? Technical difficulties.
No, I'm
No,
fine.
we good. We good.
All right, all
We're
right,
good. You know, the kids keep coming in. Okay.
all right.
So go ahead, Naeem. You got something to say? You got something to say while I get my
Right.
definition together?
Society and culture. My own like meaning of society and culture. Society is where you have a large social group, right? That's not only big on fellowship, but that's really big on not only government but communities and things of that nature. But basically like a foundation where they can really make a difference, like make an impact on people and stuff like that. And culture, it's like the environment. You know how in Baltimore it's like known for like an urban community, like how we live, how we talk, stuff like that, and what we're known for. So yeah, that's what I gotta say.
So, guys, culture is something that you're in or that applies to you or that you follow. Just let that sink in. Society is like everybody. I feel as though society is the view of everybody. So, for example, we're going to talk about Black Lives Matter. We're going to talk about Black African Americans, and we're also going to talk about discrimination, and we're going to talk about the LGBT community. Those are main two topics that we're going to be hitting. Any other topics that y'all want to hit within society versus cultural, put them in the chat now so we can talk about that as well. We're going to cover all questions today, any things, any experiences that y'all have felt with being in a culture. Let me know. Well, let us know because we're a team, right? Right, y'all?
Of course, a team.
Okay.
So
okay. Go ahead, Jay.
Just to kind of kick it off a little bit, I think one cultural, I guess, expectation is like every Black person eat chicken and watermelon. Okay, so I was on my way to school. This is when I was like not bad, but I wasn't following all the rules, and I was late. I had just got some money. One second, let me put my stuff on D&D. I had just got some money, so I was like, okay, well, before I go to school, I need to give me something to eat because I'm not gonna go to school and be there all day and just be hungry. So subsequently, I had got chicken wings and Western fries, and I got salt, pepper, ketchup all over. So, and then I was like, well, now I need a snack because I know I'm not the only person who eat and be like, oh, now I need something sweet. I can't be. So I ended up getting some watermelon. So I think I was in school or something, and somebody made that it was like that comment. It was like, oh, you kind of like I was basically being the expectation or the norm of eating chicken wings and watermelon because I was Black, and I'm just like, that don't mean that because I'm Black that I gotta eat chicken wings and watermelon. Now, to be fair, I do like my watermelon and I do like my chicken wings. So I guess, yeah, but don't just assume because I eat chicken wings and watermelon, like I just gotta be Black. Because I know a lot of people who don't. Like, I don't eat baked macaroni and cheese. That is nasty. But I know a lot of Black people who do. All right, Amari, don't do that.
Data, no mac and cheese.
Well, I am
What
like
are you doing Thanksgiving?
my grandma.
No.
I'm spoiled. So my grandmother make two separates. Like I get a sweet potato pie for myself on Thanksgiving. She also make me my own mac and cheese because I don't like my stuff baked.
They be forgetting the eggnog and the sweet potato pie. So that's why I don't eat my family food. They do not eat it. You're not.
It's nasty.
I'm kind of on Jada because I'm not ready to hold you. I don't really like mac and cheese unless my mother offer it to me.
Get them off.
But listen. The best macaroni and cheese, and I agree with Charles in this, baked macaroni cheese. I'm telling you, it's a banger.
What's the?
Oh my goodness, when you bake macaroni, it's like something you really never had. Because the first time I had, I'm like give me another plate, like give me another plate. And I agree with Jada about like eating like the chicken watermelon since you Black. Me, I never liked that fruit. I I ain't had fruit in a year. I ain't had fruit in a year.
That's not healthy. That is not healthy. And
the diet. Go ahead, Jada.
I don't eat fruit. Like,
Crazy.
that's not healthy, Naeem. You need to get some fruit in your system. And then you wonder why your waves not spinning. It's the water that you're missing.
Oh, no.
You're missing the water. It's watermelon. Don't you?
Yo, y'all know summertime watermelon, you know everybody ready to be outside with that water.
I don't got me up. Listen to everybody out there who watching. It was cool that y'all ate all the crabs up out the sea because we was quarantined, but please do not touch the watermelon or I'm gonna come to your house and I'm stealing your watermelons because I don't care.
Exactly. Period.
There's no touch the
back on topic, y'all. Back on topic. I wanted to speak about that too because I feel as though because you follow a certain what's the word? A certain I don't want to say path, but a certain I'm going to say pattern of something that you like doesn't mean that that automatically made me black. Even though I am black, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, but you shouldn't be what's the word? You shouldn't be categorized. That's the word I'm looking for.
Categorized, but yeah.
Categorized, yeah.
But entitled to it.
Yeah, entitled to it. That just because I eat chicken, you automatically think I'm black.
It's like a lot of people they don't understand that. Like I don't know. They don't understand like because I'm black or whatever. That don't mean that I'm this way or I'm that way. Yeah. Because I find a lot of people tying us to stereotypes without really thinking about it, and not just black people. It's this teacher in Western. I'm not gonna add him, even though I don't like him. He got his picks. I never even had him as a teacher. He made this racist. I'm not gonna tell you.
Why can't you tell us?
Just because I don't add people. He made this racist comment to somebody in the class of 2020, right? And they was like, "Don't you play soccer?" Mind you, because he thought that she was Mexican. First of all, she's Guatemalan, and second of all, she do play soccer. But he was like, "Don't you play soccer?" And I guess he was trying to imply that because she looked Mexican that she played soccer, but she actually played softball. And it kind of upset her because it's like, why would you assume that just because I look Mexican and I speak fluent Mexican that I'm, a soccer player?
Yeah, especially especially comes with style too, because it's like people make memes of this. They call this like Black Air Force One activity, where it's like, oh, white Air Force One activity. It's like if you wear white Air Force Ones, you automatically getting money. You feel me? But if you wear Black Air Force Ones, I'm like, oh, you dangerous. You dangerous. Oh, I don't want. Or like, oh, you wanna? Oh yeah, you do burglaries. Nah, it's this. Or like people just make that because it's like it probably happened before, but at the same time, I know people that wear Black Air Forces do not do bad things. Or they like, oh, it can change your attitude.
I wanted to say, I just wanted to say, go ahead, Jada.
I think that's relatable because like my cousins, like y'all see I'm light skinned, right? Like highly yellow. Like let me get the light for y'all. Like I've been this color my whole life, a little lighter. And my cousins when my cousins and me was younger, they always called me spoiled and bougie and stuff like that. And they used to call me a house slave. Because they was dark skinned and I was light skinned. But I'm like, well, we family, so how you gonna call me a house slave? That colorism thing, and it's like they had expectations of me because I'm light skinned. They like, oh, she don't like to get dirty or whatever. She high yellow, so she high maintenance. And I'm like, yo, no, that's not even now. Granted, I don't like to get dirty. That's true. But I'm not a house slave because I'm light skinned. Like that's quite petty.
I wanted to say one thing. Y'all, have you ever like, I don't know, my cousin had to tell me to stop saying this. Be like, oh, you see someone that is, I don't want to say this word because it may come off as me discriminating, and correct me if I'm wrong. Be like, oh, those Chinese people, or those, you never had that happen, like those Chinese people, those Asian people, and they not really Asian, you think they Chinese. And my cousin was like, you're not supposed to say that. I don't know which one you're not supposed to say. You're not supposed to say that because that could be offensive and you really don't know what they like and you really don't know how to eat. Like the stereotype, they think all Chinese people eat rats.
Or brought over COVID.
Oh yeah. So those type of things. I definitely want to speak on that. Go ahead, Naeem, because I know you want to probably speak on that.
I lie to you. I kind of went through that experience like Jada did, because I already hold you. Because mind you, it's like for real, it's like how people discriminate, like light skins, but they do it to people do it to the dark skins as well. Because I'm in the household for real, and I got a light skinned brother, I got a light skinned nephew. You feel me? Like I'm basically darker than all my siblings, but some of them dark skinned though, and they be like, "Oh, where you at? I can't see you." Like they can turn the light off, and they be like, "Where you? I can't see but your teeth and your eyes. They glowing. They glowing."
I just want y'all to know that's not how that works. I'm like, if you turn the light off, you can't see me neither. Like what?
Like it's just like I'm like, what? I'm like, they're like, "Oh, you be blending in with the dark." I'm like,
It's the
I
color.
want to say one thing about like a few things about the LGBT community. So like y'all know their culture, they go out and they have parades. And they really support each other. Like in this culture,
I got you, Amari.
I'm so sorry, y'all. It's just that my baby cousin is bothering me at this
I know
time.
you want to join. I'm about to send her the link.
Yes, send her the link, please.
Okay, like Amari was saying, LGBTQ people do support each other heavy because it's like I'm not gonna say they as if they like not people or whatever, but people who are LGBTQ have like their own community because they so used to being discriminated against. Like, what's wrong with loving somebody of the same gender? What is that gonna do to me? What they do don't mess with me. Like, yeah. So yeah, I just feel like it's like different because I feel like it's like if people really stuck together for real, especially because you've been discriminated against. Like, I just want to know how Black people don't get along. Like, I was outside and I was with one of my friends, and we seen a group of people that was like of mixed cultures and races. And my friend, she was like, "So, like, what if they were like, if it was a different scenario and they was being racist, how would you feel?" And I'm like, "Well, we all of a minority. We not white, so I think we should stick together. Every Mexican or Guatemalan or Spanish person or whatever, we should all stick together because technically we of minority. We dark to them, basically Black. So yeah, go ahead, Amari.
I agree. And I ain't go ahead if you gotta say something. I'm so sorry that
No,
y'all.
I'm just trying to send a link to join real quick. Like the people that want to join, I'm trying to send them the link.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that y'all had to experience this. She just wants to keep coming in here because she sees that I'm on the phone and she wants my attention. Um, I just wanted to basically say with this, like I was saying about the LGBTQ community, there's a lot of people that parade, that go outside and really support one another and what they do. And it's just so amazing. With the society part, I feel as though a lot of people like judge with LGBTQ community. Um, they judge people, so I feel as though it's very different. Like when we talk about society, it's everybody, and then with the culture, it's like what they follow, and with them parading and with them, showing these colors. But the outsiders, when it comes to society, everybody wants to judge, be like, oh, why they doing this, why they doing that, which is not right. And our society is so messed up by the views of social media today, and that's why a lot of things don't really get done. And not people very educated on those type of things about the LGBT community and what they've been through and how it impacted everybody. So I
Uh,
just want to speak on that. Y'all can speak on that in the chat as well.
um, yeah, I want to elaborate on that. Not only it happens in the LGBTQ community, but it happens in the industry of music. You know, between men and women. We have, you know, I meant like it's crazy because we can speak about murder and such things, so on, so on. But if a woman do it, or we saying they can't do it, that nah, don't nah, you can't do that, but we basically doing the same stuff. So it's just a little corrupting. And I ain't really lie. I kind of had that experience before, but at the same time, that's why I don't really speak on it a lot because I don't want to say, "Oh, y'all do this," but at the same time, I'm doing the same exact thing. That's why I don't want to be involved in that stuff. And and who we got in here? Jordan and Anaya. Okay.
Right. Okay, Jordan. Okay, Anaya. I'm like, Anaya, I see about most of your face and a smile. Usually we just see the top of your head. I'm impressed.
Leave Naya alone. Leave
I
the
look
baby
rough right now because
alone.
I wasn't expecting to join, but it's okay.
All
Um,
right, Amari sent me the link in the middle of tutoring. I'm trying to tell my tutor, can I leave early so I can join?
I am so sorry. My bad. You look
but
so girl.
Thank you.
you do look pretty though.
Thank you.
So I wanted to join because sorry to call you out, Charles, but what Charles was saying about like the stereotypes about Asian people. And I would like to share a story. When I was younger and I went to middle school slash elementary school, there were some Asian people there. And I was young, so I wasn't really educated on that. And it was, I think, a Korean family. And I said, "Are you Chinese?" And I was saying, like, they're Chinese and stuff like that. And they got really offended. And like in my perspective, I'm like, why are you getting offended? I thought like you shouldn't be offended because I called you like Asian, a part of like Asian culture and stuff. But then my aunt explained to me that they get offended because that's not who they are. And that's basically like saying African American, you're saying, well, you're not African American, you're this race, but you're African American. Like you will get offended to that real quick because you're like, no, I'm African American. You can't tell me who I am. So that's why, and that same goes with Hispanics too. They get really offended when you call them, when they're Mexican, you call them, um,
Oh my gosh. Or let you call a Dominican person black and they will raise all types of HE double hockey sticks.
they will be, they
Yeah,
will get offended.
that's why I just be like, hey, what is your culture? You know, real quick.
Or just like if you don't want to like imply that if you're too shy, just be like Hispanic, or just call them Asian because Asian,
Or Latino, Latina.
right? So like we're black. Ooh, my computer fell. Like we're black or African American, but there's light skins, dark skins, and brown skins. You don't go up to somebody and say you're light skinned. You say African American or black people because that's the whole thing. Like with Asians, you don't be like if they're Japanese, you say Chinese. That's racist to them. You be like Asian because
Wait a
Asian is culture.
I understand that we're supposed to be like watching our culture or whatever and stuff like that and trying, excuse me, to be respectful to them. But where was the respect at for us?
You're not my culture.
Just let me
That's my
know.
thing. It's like
When I was younger, people always thought like they were like, oh, did your mom cheat on your dad? Because I was literally light skinned, like so light that people thought I was white. And then everybody always asks, oh, do you wear contacts? These are mine, okay? These are mine. And it's always like, oh, well, how can someone light skin or black have hazel eyes or blue eyes and this, that, and the third? So I kind of feel like we should be respectful, yes. But when the shoe was on the other foot, there was no respect. And that
and
kind
that's
of
the
ties
thing.
into this thing about, okay, we're supposed to be stopping Asian hate. I'm not against the Asians, okay? And I support. But where was y'all at when it was Black Lives Matter? I ain't seen that Asian person standing up. I ain't seen no Jackie Chan. I ain't seen no Bruce Lee. I ain't seen none of them talk about, oh, Black Lives Matter. And now we all got to stop the Asian hate. What that got to do with me? Where was y'all at 400 years ago when we was all enslaved, coming across the waters, tied up and stuff? Oh, yeah.
And there was this lady on TikTok, and she was talking about there's this black lady on TikTok talking about like they don't stand for what they're going through because we went through something similar like that. But where were the Asians where Black Lives Matter was going through the hardships? Some of them were even making racist comments about us, saying that's where we get. That's what we get. So that was like my perspective. And like when my friends and like people I follow on Instagram, I posted like stop the Asian hate. Like I agree with them fully because no one deserved what they're going through. But when we were in their shoes, not one Asian person I saw was posting us. When I went to the not Pride, when I went to the Black Lives Matter movement, thing, I didn't see one Asian person. I saw some, but they were with a group of diversity friends. So you knew that they were educated. But I'm talking about like a group of Asian people. I did not say that. So when like the Asian hate stop the Asian hate, I'm not quiet, but I'm just like, I'm with you, but you didn't give me the same. Why would I give you the same applause when you didn't give me the same applause?
Right. It's like as soon as the shoe on the other foot, now everybody. It's like as soon as the shoe on the other foot, nobody really empathetic for African Americans. And sometimes I get fed up with talking about being African American because I'm like, okay, I'm not saying that we should forget about slavery, and I'm not saying we should just say forget all of the trauma and stuff and forget Black Lives Matter. But sometimes I get tired of having to defend the fact that I'm Black and that we need some empathy. So I feel like if y'all ain't have no empathy for us, where should my empathy go? Right. And I feel like if we keep trying to not have this back and forth about it, but like if we keep trying to say, oh yeah, Asian hate, we should stop it. But what about Black people? Everybody gonna start to think that we just crying wolf about it. So after a while, I just started feeling like maybe we should just take control of what we can do at this point and change what we can change and then work on what we couldn't change to change to something better. Naeem, Joy.
Oh, I just want to know the topic so I can know what I'm speaking about before I just start speaking.
So
Society
we're
versus
speaking about
culture.
society versus culture.
Oh, society versus culture. Okay. I feel
Yeah.
like just the difference in general, there are a lot of things that you can do in society that won't be accepted in certain cultures. The same way there are a lot of things that you can do within certain cultures, do and say and wear and dress and just put out into that atmosphere because of how that culture will support you that wouldn't be accepted the same way in society. So I feel like it's really knowing the difference. Like the standards that are okay and acceptable in society might not be okay when you go back home to your family and to your environment and that culture that you come from. Mike, that's the society is usually like the general defining standard that a lot of people use when making certain decisions on what they want to wear, how they want to style their hair, what they believe in, their political beliefs. Like that will be, society will be able to define that a lot of the times because it's what's out there. It's mainstream, it's media, it's what's on the news stations that you watch, it's what's playing on the radio that you listen to every morning on the way to school. But your culture is what you see growing up, your religious beliefs, what your parents instill in you, the music that you hear, the clothing that you wear, the food that you eat. So culture is what's in your household. That's what's instilled in you in your household. Sometimes your culture can literally define you because there are some people who make like their culture their whole personality trait, and you will be able to tell that about them. Like if you meet somebody that's from another country and where they come from is their whole personality trait, you're going to see that when you meet them. Where society standards change, trends change, what's acceptable changes. 1 minute this hairstyle is popular, 1 minute this politic is popular, and then the next minute it's not. So those 15 minutes of fame in culture, and those 15 minutes of fame in society are not the same within culture because culture is tradition, it's repetition, it's standards that are set for years that like takes a lot to change, because a lot of times you try to change stuff within your culture and it is not the same as trying to make a quick change in society and you get that done overnight or you get that done within a week. Like you try to change something within your culture and it's like you breaking your back to see something slightly adjust. So I feel like it's a really big difference between the two.
I, I was gonna yeah, I definitely, okay, great. But let's talking about like society and culture based on religion. You know how it's a example. It's like people would be saying like, if you believe like you can't, you know, it's you got some atheists, you got some people that's Muslim, you got some people that's so on. People feel like if you join a religion, you superior than this person, or this person's just vital because he not Muslim or none of that. So let's talk about that because I mean, and I feel like people just like in my opinion, like people I personally met that join religions and stuff like that just to get better treatment, not only better treatment, but actually get good experience because like I remember I was asked this, like I was telling somebody, no, I ain't go to church in 5 years, 4 to 5 years, and you know I just go to the mosque every day. Like, I mean, not every day, but every week with my mentor. It was like, and she was like, "You don't believe in God? Like, you only believe in Allah?" I tell her, I do believe in God and Allah, but like, the difference is I only go to the mosque. So it's like people like that, they would be thinking, "Oh, you don't believe in God Himself." So it's just, I'm in my opinion, I feel like it's the same thing but different names because people just in different groups.
Yeah, I agree with you, Naeem. I love God and the church culture and stuff, but in my opinion, the church culture is the most toxic culture there can be.
Oh my God,
And
let me talk
the
about it.
most, I
Yes, I
know,
got a story
the
too. Go
most
ahead, Jada.
forceful. And like when growing up, my both of my sides are like religious and stuff. One side, on my dad's side, mostly of them are they go to Sabbath and they're Catholic, and on my mom's side, they're apostolic. And I went to a Catholic school, so you know,
Girl.
religion, mass every day, religion. So it was like, wow. So there was this one boy in my class. He stated, "My family is Catholic, but I do not believe in God. I do not believe in this." And I remember everyone in my class was like, "You're going to hell. You're not doing this." And I looked at him like, "Okay, I support you. Like that's what you believe. That's what you believe. It's like we can't force you to believe something that's not true. I mean, oh, that's not true to you, but that's true to me. Like that's yeah. So I would just say like the church community is the most toxic there is because they get to do stuff, but when we do stuff, it's like seen down upon, especially the pastors and those bishops and Catholic. They be doing a whole lot of stuff, but that stuff be kept under the rug, and like they've been seen as holy people. I'm just like, okay.
Oh my gosh, because the Catholic Church is one of the most corrupt church organizations out of
Yeah.
all of them.
So listen, y'all know I'm into my detective shows. I watch Mom, Criminal Minds, Law and Order, blah blah blah. Now listen, I am not going to sit here and say that all Catholic churches are bad because then we'd be repeating the same thing that we just said we did not want to do, which is putting norms or saying that these people live up to what they are portrayed as. But I've seen a lot of like sexual molestation happen in Catholic churches, even though shows are not technically real and some of them are based on true stories like Law and Order. A lot of, like she just said, a lot of religious people kind of believe like if what happens in your home stays in your home. That kind of came from like being of a different religion where it was okay for their children to be sexually molested, where it was okay because
Yeah.
this lady I met at the R house, she and her mother were pulled into a cult because they thought it was like a religious belief, and she was sexually molested to the point where as though she talks like this now in her 40s, and she was like 7 to 14 back then. So a lot of like a lot of people always ask me when I tell them like I don't go to church and stuff like that, and it's not because I don't believe in God, because hey, God is whoever you want it to be to you, to each his own. So I also feel like it's like, how can a book tell me it's not okay for me to be gay?
And I love God, but how do you know the book is realistic?
Right, because if y'all want to be technical, remember we was ripped from Africa, like literally snatched up out of where we
We were
were.
forced into Catholic and Christian religions. It was never, this was, I don't think this was the original practice.
Right,
And talking about how
Judaism.
people who will say, oh, well, the Bible says you can't be gay. The Bible also says you shouldn't eat red meat. The Bible also says you shouldn't have tattoos. The Bible also says you shouldn't have premarital sex. The Bible also says you shouldn't drink before the age of 21, or you shouldn't drink at all. Even though the Lord made water and wine, you shouldn't be drinking at all, meaning dark liquor, light liquor, cocktails, all of that. So if you're going to use the Bible as a way to pinpoint your negative beliefs and credit them, then use every aspect of the Bible in every aspect of your life. Meaning you aren't supposed to be prejudiced, you aren't supposed to be racist, or just in, oh my gosh, another thing, talking about the image or depiction of Jesus. That man was from an area where it was normally hot. They said his hair looked like wool, his skin was tan. So the depiction of Jesus Christ has a very complicated image in some households. Like when some houses you'll go in there and you'll see Black Jesus. In another household, you'll go in there and see blonde-eyed, blue-haired Jesus. So
I don't understand, because like you said, when you were saying like it's a lot of things, commandments in the Bible that people just ignore, like how you supposed to honor thy mother and thy father, but every time I watch a Christian show, they beating up their mothers. How you fussing with your mother?
Right.
How you honor thy mother and thy father?
Right.
There's one thing I don't want to. Oh, sorry.
No,
Real quick. There's one thing I don't understand. It's like the Bible was written by followers of Christ, and if you look at it, each gospel is written differently and is interpreted differently. So it's like, how do we, like, I believe in the God and stuff, but like, how do we know that's what happened? How do we know like that's the way it was supposed to be? Because as we said before,
right.
It's interpreted, and they could have just over exaggerated on some part that said God walked on water. He walked on the sand and the water was underneath his foot. I mean, like beneath, like on his foot.
Exactly, because you never know if it, like, are these being written from firsthand witnessing it? Because I highly doubt they have books written from that far back. Because if it's dating to,
honestly, they can't even understand it.
It's just, it's really up to interpretation and faith. Because if that is instilled in you from a young age, like if you are taught to go to church every Sunday or multiple times a week, you're taught to believe or focus on every commandment and every aspect of the Bible. You're taught to be able to recite scriptures like the back of your hand. You're never going to have a question in your faith unless there's something that requires you to question your faith. Now, my family has been religious. We may not have been to go to church every Sunday, but we will make sure that we focus on certain parts of religion. So for me, there have been times, like recently in my life, I've dealt with a lot of losses and deaths of people that I didn't feel like deserved to die. So it caused me to question my faith, because I'm like, okay, well, if there's a heaven and if there's a hell, and if there's a God that controls who leaves the earth and why people die young or why people die without sickness, if these people didn't deserve it, then like why did you cause them? Like that type of thing made me question, okay, is there really a God? What does he really control? What does he judge people off on, whether it's their time to go or not? So sometimes, even if it's instilled in you from a young age, like you are always a religious person, your family members are religious, some things happen that cause you to question that faith, and it'll make you pick apart what you want to believe in. I think a lot of times that can be positive and negative, especially when people try to use certain parts of the Bible or certain parts of their faith to credit certain things or to validate certain things. Like if someone is abusive and they quote a Bible scripture that says, well, a wife has to listen to a husband or there are consequences, that type of thing. Or when people say, okay, you can't be gay, that's a sin. That means, okay, you can use that one part, but make sure you're pinpointing that on every other aspect of your life. If you're going to use one scripture, make sure you follow every other one that follows that.
If you're just picking and choosing, that make you less trustworthy. But this is just a disclaimer, because I see G Channel in the comments. Before I pass my speaking torch on to Amari, and she passes it to whoever, I just want to disclaim that we up here are not saying that being like a person who believes in a certain religion is bad. What we are saying is that everybody is bad in their own ways, and not everyone, but enough people are bad in their own ways, and that the negativity. Huh?
There are pros and cons.
No one's perfect.
Yeah. Everybody, like no one's perfect, and everybody is bad in their own way. We're not saying that all religions are bad. We're not saying that everybody don't embody, the religious belief. We just saying that compared to cultural norms to societal norms, it's a lot of shaky stuff going on, because it's like a mix. It's not a thin line between culture and society. It's not. This is not love. But a lot of people practice culture and mix society as if it's a thin line. And that's not cool. So yeah, Amari, go ahead.
I wanted to switch gears a little bit. I wanted to talk about the military. Mainly because the culture in the military is very, very different. Like a lot of things go on in there that you wouldn't expect to go on in the military culture, that when society look at it as, in what's the word? In the military, they make it seem like, oh, it's this perfect picture. But to society, we see it as people getting raped, people are being like, if someone's over top of them, try to take charge, stuff like that that happens, that society sees as society views the military. And I just wanted to ask y'all opinion about that, like about how the military itself paints this beautiful picture, like you should join it. And when and we hear this rape and stuff that goes in there. But go ahead, Jordan, because you itching. You itching. So go ahead.
Because I have a lot of family members who are in the military. And for me, it's always been a thought of going, one, not even now, especially because I'm a senior, I'm about to go to college. If you go into the military, sometimes they will pay your tuition for you as long as you participate in certain things. But just having a lot of family members in the military, it's shown me both sides, because like in past years where there have been cases that have come out about women being raped, and men, because it happens to men too. I don't think we talk about that enough in society. It is a serious double standard when it comes to sexual assault and rape for men. But that's a topic for another day. But when like hearing my family members who are veterans or currently going into the military, because I have veterans in my family, I have younger cousins who are about to go to the Navy, to the Air Force. So when it came out about certain cases of rape, you hear both sides, where like the older generation and the veterans will say, well, it happened all the time when I was there. You see it and it'll be brought up, but nothing really changes. And then you hear the opinions from the younger generation. They're like, well, what do you mean nothing happened? Because there are some brutal cases. There was a woman, I think she was in her mid-20s. They found her, they ruled it as suicide. First of all, let me put that out there. They ruled her case as suicide. Most importantly, she was a Black woman. They found her genitals were mutilated, poured acid on them as well. She was stabbed, she was shot in the head, among a lot of other things. I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't know if certain people can stomach that. But there are gruesome cases and they will get ruled as suicide or war crimes or something that just happened and nothing will get solved by it. So I feel like when people come out to recruit for the military, like, you have that conversation where military recruiters will come into your school, they'll have the pull-up bar so everybody can do the pull-up contest. I feel like sometimes we should get into the real of what happens. And the military did used to be a predominantly male-dominated field, like everything else in the world. Nearly every career field that we have right now, even ones that include female, because gynecologists probably were a male-dominated field, still kind of is, but everything was a male-dominated field at some point. So there is a hierarchy that goes down. Like you will see a lot of positions where men are in power. So I feel like that should also be something that's addressed and changed before we even get to go down into the presenting it as this glamorous thing. Just make sure within those core morals, it's certain things are corrected. Now, even though like things have changed, like there are women who are in positions of power in the military, that's fine. But even with those cases that have still gone unsolved, because I truly don't believe the case that I'm talking about, that girl committed suicide. There's no way, shape, or form. So I just feel like, yes, the military is presented glamorously because there are a lot of benefits that you can get from it. It is a good experience. Like I've had family members who say like you can get a good experience from it. It doesn't always have to be something that's negative. It's not 100% war and killing a lot of the time, because that's not all it's about. There are principles and core values that you can learn from the military that you would not learn at home. And it's survival. Like it's not all bad, but it's also not 100% good, because you can see the effects when you see veterans come home with PTSD or severe trauma that they do not recover from. Because if you are in a place of battle, you're in a place of war for long periods of time, because some people stay there for years, you're going to see bodies, you're going to see explosions, you're going to see war in third world countries, and you're going to see how people survive and live in third world countries. So it's just like, yes, there is a glamour side to it, but there's also a dark side to the military. And sometimes it's not addressed. Like in films, we see it, like the film for Zero Dark 30, or the film that was talking about, crap, I can't remember that event, but the films that talk about the military or the larger cases that happened in the military, like the things that we hear about in the media the most, that may be shown in film, but we don't hear it from the people who were there. You don't hear it from the people who have to hide in bunkers when there's an explosion. You don't have to hear it from the people who were walking alongside a lot of the people who were killed, and they're seeing some of their companions be blown up into pieces after somebody said it was clear. So, you know, I feel like we should be able to see both sides in the media, and we really don't.
I just wanted to say one quick thing before I go. The one thing I wanted to say, a lot of people, when they go on social media, they see this, oh, it has to be this way, it's this and that, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It should not be like that. It's not should be society today, because people go off of what other people experiences, and people should not do that. I just don't agree with that at all. Y'all can speak on that as well, but go ahead, Naeem.
I was ready to switch gears, but I'm probably gonna save another time or whatever, and I could just because I
You have
want,
50 minutes.
huh?
We have 15 minutes. Keep that in mind, y'all.
Uh, but yeah, like about what Jordan said about the break and stuff like that, um, and things of that nature. I was thinking about talk about it the next time because it's a lot. But the military part, I really, well, in my opinion, it's like I said before, it happened in religious, but it's like people be thinking like, if you don't join this, you too soft, or you got people that's veterans. They be like, I've been doing this longer than you. You just a rookie. That's ranking, but they felt like they people be thinking like ranking or roles define who you are. It's like they be thinking it's like, oh, since I'm a veteran, oh, I'm way better than I'm superior. It's just entitlement. You feel me? Because you like all you getting out of it is just what they giving to you. It's really not really no value. It is value, but it's not the best. That's in your ability and stuff like that. And guys, a lot of things happen behind closed doors for real and stuff like that. So people be thinking if you don't join, you're not tough. You're automatically weak, soft, anything in nature at that point.
And now you could go, and then we're going to wrap up, okay?
Okay, so talking about the military and stuff like that, I agree completely with Jordan and how we are not able to see both sides of it. And in my opinion, I don't want to join the military. Even my mom be like, join the military. But like, I know that these crime shows and like these military shows are not actually like truthful to some point. But like one part that like hits me hard is like the PTSD that comes from it, and the depression that comes from serving in the military. Not everybody gets PTSD. Not everybody gets depression. And like there's certain rank, not certain rank. There's certain I don't know how to explain it. Parts of the military, like the army and stuff like that. But one thing that people don't really talk about is the PTSD that you could get from the military. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to touch on. Is just like we're not able to see both sides of it. We're only able to see that them in line with their hand up to their head and like serving for our country and not they have a smile on their face, but they're what's it called? That they're put together and stuff. But like on TikTok, I see them having fun and I see them like enjoying life, and I'm just like, why don't we get to see that part? Why does it always have to be about structure and stuff like that? So like, cause I thought the military was serious, and it's like you put your hand down, like you have to be ordered. But like on TikTok, you see them having fun, you see them dancing around, you see them enjoying their time. So like as Jordan said, like we should be able to see both sides of it.
Any of y'all wanted to have any last comments? Any last sayings, Jada?
I can't go. I'm sorry. I salute everybody who in the army, but that ain't for me. Your girl, I'm too feminine for that. I think that like females that's in war, I think they bad money sign, a word, a letter, money sign, money sign. I do. I don't know why. Like I see a female, especially when she got tattoos, and then you see like her sleeve rolled up and the uniform. I'm like, girl, you was giving. But
Yeah.
and salute to my grandfather too. God rest his nice little soul, because he was in the army. But me,
Right.
no, thank you.
Is it because
Unless I could go and not be active, because I can't go fight. I'm sorry, I can't.
You can do
Yeah, they're
reserves.
saying
Reserves, you
whatchamacallit, it's
only
not
have to
all
put
just
on a
fighting.
That's the thing. Somebody told me, they was like, listen, if you want to go to the war and you kind of don't want to fight, then don't go. And I was like, well, why not? And it was like, because if they need soldiers,
Oh yeah, reserves. If
I
they
got no
need you,
choice.
if they
But
need you, you
in
have to
But there's
go.
some
Marine,
points
but
of the
I
military.
No.
And there,
I'm
no,
a
people. When
soldier.
people think about joining the military, a lot of times they only think you have to go to war. There are military mechanics, there are military nurses, there are
Yeah,
military
you don't have to do
technicians.
Sorry, maybe it's not clear. I want to be the the president. Unless they need a military president, they don't need me. Okay.
So are you joining it? Are you not wanting to join it mainly because of what you heard on
I don't
social
want to
media?
go to war.
I don't mean to bring this up. Y'all gonna hate me. But for example, prime example, Forex. Everybody's like, cause of that, cause of this, and what we heard from that experience. So I'm not gonna join it.
So listen, I see people outside every day who are losing limbs and stuff like that. When I was younger, they used to scare me because I'm like, well, what happened? I used to pray to God every day, God, please let me die with all my limbs and my teeth and my hair. That's been my prayer. That's still my prayer. That's going to forever be my prayer, because I'm not playing. Every piece of bone I came in with, I would like to go out with. So I'm not going to war, because if I step on something and they blow my leg off, if I lose a finger, my eye color change, any of that, I promise you, I'm done. No.
Girl, I'm pretty sure your eyes change color on their own with the seasons. You don't have to worry about that.
Actually, you'd be surprised. I mean, they do, but they mood change. Like if you look at me and I'm having a bad day, or if you could tell like I'm not having a good day.
So you worry about your eyes changing for war, and you got mood.
No, that's not.
You out here with mood ring eyeballs, girl.
No, I just want all my body parts to stay intact before I go wherever the eternal life ends. I just don't want to die without a body part.
Just imagine that pain, like your leg just blow off, and just like imagine that, like I would die.
You're not helping.
I got one question for y'all, real quick. One quick question for y'all. So speaking on what I just talked about and not what I just asked y'all, do y'all think, even y'all including, be honest with yourselves, because of other people's experiences, do y'all not join certain things because of that?
Totally. Or just not? No, wait, because Joni made a drill about this yesterday. He was like, you learn from other people's mistakes. Now, I prefer to learn from other people's mistakes for the most part. But things like, learning how to ride a bike, you got to fall off or hurt yourself eventually, because you're not going to know from the jump. That's something that I will experience for myself. Miss Joni, I like dragging people. But certain things, even if I know there's going to be a risk of me getting hurt, but I want to experience it, then I'm not going to shut myself out of it. But no offense, Amari, this is not towards you and your.
Go ahead.
But my homies who else did Forex and did not get their money's worth out of, I'm not going to do Forex and not get my money's worth out of it.
Right.
Not that I won't do Forex. Well, I won't, because I'm not invested $299. I barely got the 200.
Not $299. It's not $299. It's not.
I've been saying a lot of. You posted yours, and you said yours was $164. I don't have the money.
But let me tell you, this is something we can talk about.
That's just my example, right? That's just my example. Like certain things I won't do because I know that this is the outcome, and I learn from other people's mistakes.
It may be the outcome. It may be different. This is just any. I'm not talking about this. This is not about Forex. It could be your outcome. The outcome could be different for someone else, but the outcome could be different for you. And like I said, not speaking on just Forex, but I'm speaking on all together. If you don't try something, if you're interested in something, if you really want to do something, I'm just saying, don't not do it because of other people's experiences, or other people say, "Oh, I don't want to do it. It ain't work out for me," because your experience may be different from someone else's experience. And that's just speaking across the board, general. We're not even talking about just Forex. We're talking about across the board, general.
So yes, to answer the question, it's yes. And this is how I like separate between the two. If I really want to do something and somebody's telling me no, I'm gonna do that. And like I'm gonna go for it. But if I already have like my doubts about doing something, like you see, like this is the thing on TikTok, it's like in Australia, they just push you off like this big cliff or whatever. I'm not gonna do that. I want to do that, but I'm not gonna do it. And I see from other people's experience in the comments saying it's not worth it. I almost passed out. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But if I like cooking, if I want to try something in cooking, and somebody said, "Well, my bad experience is not from this," I'm gonna try that out. So if I really, really want to do it, of course I'm gonna try it out and see for myself. But if I already have my doubts about it, and somebody's telling me don't do it, I'm gonna shy away from that.
Speaking of that, my mother, right? She wanted me to say this child, this itty bitty baby forever, right? Mind you, I've been telling everybody I'm on my belly button pants for a long time. And I'm scared of needles. And all my friends said it's painful to a certain extent. So, like Anaya just said, if I want it, I'm gonna do it. I don't care what it comes to. And my mother know that, my family know that. Everybody know. Miss Joni even be like, I know you're gonna do it anyway, even though I tell you not to. But like, if I want it, I'm gonna do it. Like, I got my belly button pierced. I ain't care about none of that pain. I wasn't trying to hear none of that. So I feel like if it's something that you know that the risk is not going to be as bad, like the good is going to outweigh the bad, you going to do it. Now, before you talk about your Forex, I feel like, to me, I wouldn't be consistent enough. I can't sit on meetings and hear the talk stuff. I don't make friends well. And being in a big group of people, that's cool to have a support system. But I like my little Hearts Mouse family. It's a little exclusive, not too many people.
And remember, Amari and Jada, we cannot, what's the word, exclude people, other people's opinions. She might think Forex is a scam. No, I'm not saying that you are, but I'm just saying, like, remember, everybody else's opinions matter. If she thinks it's a scam, like, that's her thinking. You can't change the way you can't change her opinion. And like Amari, she doesn't think that you can't change her opinion about it. So I'm just saying, like, y'all are going to get nowhere with this discussion because both of your opinions are very strong.
It's not a debate. I feel as though it's just like we're just having, how we feel. It's like it's a comfortable space to express how we feel openly without arguing. And I think that's really what Hearts Mouse is about.
A question, because what G Channel just said. So let's be clear, not to get you started on this Forex thing, but he was saying that so basically what I'm understanding from what he was saying is that you make money, but you end up putting it back into the thing to trade again. So how you really keeping the money that you're making unless you just, because I see a lot of people making a lot more money from signing people up. That's really how you go up a level.
That's what I had.
Nothing. Can I say one more thing? Can I say one thing? The only way I could explain it to you is like a long process. I don't mind explaining it to y'all, but it's basically a live account. Look up, I tell y'all, go look up IML. Look it up. Just put in IML in your search bar. I can share my screen real quick. But
I'd rather stay with Party Smiles.
Look up IML on your screen. Look up PO. That's what we trade on. We trade in pocket options. That's what we trade under. That money is still in your live account. It don't go nowhere. It's just still in there. And you just build over time. So that $1,000 that's in your live account, you can triple that and double that to $2,000, $3,000. But
how did people get scammed?
Huh?
So like, this is how they get scammed.
I'm not saying that they are going to say. I'm just saying, like, how do they like
get to that point? By this, they'll tell you, "Oh, come join Forex," right?
No, that's not. And that's
this not you. This not about you. Some people, from experience of one of my friends, it was like, "Come join Forex because it's gonna bring you some money in." They like, okay, well, how? She like, "Oh, all you gotta do is cash at me a certain amount of money, and I'm gonna put you in." Wait, I'm not done. This is from my experience. Cash at them a certain amount of money, and that's how you get in. But they don't tell you it's $150 fee that you gotta pay monthly to be a part of the thing. They didn't tell her that you gotta bring in a certain amount of people for the fee to change. And then if the fee don't change or you don't pay the fee, they close your account just like that. And that's it.
No, see, that's what they do. Scam. That's scamming. And I don't know who that is that came to you that told you that, because they're not telling you all the information right. And some people aren't meant to be in Forex. I'm gonna just put that out there. Some people want it. No, hold on, let me finish.
That is Joni spelling scam in the chat.
No, it's not. And that's what I'm okay that I'm okay. And y'all see how I'm just like, I'm okay with y'all saying this right now because this is what y'all expect. This is what y'all see. This is y'all experiences that y'all went through. So y'all don't know. Y'all not educated enough on it because that's all y'all seen was the scam. So of course you're going to say that. I expected Miss Joni to say that. I expected Gina. I expected Jada. I expected everyone to be like this. But listen, my whole objective by the end of this year is to make y'all and see that this is a scam. So me working, me posting, me doing this every day is to show y'all that this company, this organization, you really can make money. Young people.
So what happens if you do get scammed?
I'm not getting scammed.
Downfall, but if it don't take off, I
don't feel like it's a scam because I've talked to a lot of people who've done Forex. And
I know that's Forex, and like she's very successful, but I'm just like
but
people.
Y'all be aggressive. Cause y'all be like, you want to make money and leave a 9 to 5, and I'll be like, I like my 9 to 5.
Oh, I don't be like that.
Wait, they be like, it's okay, you want to be broke, that's fine. I'll be like,
oh no, we accidentally slide up.
Like, do you want to break generational brokenness? I mean, I want to.
Not SB. But y'all, it's okay to have y'all opinions. Like I said, I love to have y'all opinions because I love the challenge. I love especially.
All right, so look,
mine.
I got the little app or whatever. So how I get my money out? How I trade it out? Money.
IML is the website to educate you on Forex so you can get into the profit and trade and make money so you don't risk your money. That's the whole
I gotta get on the website.
Naeem want to talk.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Naeem.
I was about to say, I am a lie. The Forex, it's a little too much to learn, to be honest.
It's not too much to learn.
Mr. Tech in training, I think you should be able to learn that the way you do with your technology and working.
I mean, listen, I agree with Jordan when people be aggressive talk about you want to break. I can't even talk right. But you get what I'm saying because the stuttering kick in too much. But yeah, it's like
they be manipulating people.
I tell it like it is. Look, you gotta pay this amount of money. What you want to do?
But it's not like that. It's like they post on their story every day. I'm like, okay, I see that. I see it. And
I do it too. Look, I'm sorry, Anaya. You gonna keep seeing it. Y'all gonna keep seeing it.
You're fine. You do like people be like their like stories be little dots.
And don't say nothing with that.
I got a question, Amari. Since you're gonna put us on, can you just do me a favor? Mm-hmm. When they tell you to buy and to sell that you got input into the little thing, can you just send it to me?
LOL.
Look, if you're not gonna leak it, it ain't no point in you talking about it.
They got a free webinar at 9 p.m. I can send y'all the link. Free webinar. Y'all can look it up.
I don't want the free webinar. I want to join for free. If I can't join for free, I don't want it.
Wait, are you paying Amari to be there, or you're just like? Free?
I'm paying to be. I paid $175 to be there, right?
See, I told you $155. I told you.
But
$199 to be exact.
Let me tell y'all something. I just doubled my account today. So I had $50 in my live account. Now I have $100. And then tonight I'm ready to have $150. And then tomorrow I have $200.
Wait, what did I download to be trading? Because I got the pocket.
You can't trade without the IML. You're going to risk your money. Your money's going to have. That's why they promoting like they do, so you can get in the business. It's not just about us breaking up. It's about y'all not risking your money.
So how do I get an IML account so I ain't got to be with y'all?
IML account. You still got to pay because that's the site it's coming from. Look at the $200. That $199.
I told you, and now they want $200.
That's for because it's an academy. It's a university. It's an academy. Look at
my better question is, why do my money go to the people above y'all?
Naeem, if you say one more thing about the jewels in the chat.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. We going on top of Jada asking questions, and I don't want to not answer them. But Jada, basically, the people go above because it's an organization. They created this. IML was created basically to help young entrepreneurs become successful in the trading business. So you giving them their money, you giving them the money to educate yourself about the business, and then we're just helping you get in. So they're paying us to help you get in. But once you get in, you could do the same thing as us. It's like a circle. And everybody say it's a pyramid scheme, but if it was a pyramid scheme, people wouldn't be able to rank over top of each other. You know, like when you
taking our money.
Huh?
That's because you're taking our money. People get raised. They raise up the levels by recruiting more people. I know that. And I don't have a network that big. So what am I supposed to do when I can't recruit nobody?
But you can. I don't have a big network either, Jada. But I got almost 3-4 people under me, and I'm ready to start making money.
Let's start with some jewels.
Hi, about the jewels. Yeah, let me get my jewel in and out because Forex is kind of making my skin crawl. It's making me high.
Someone said Forex is giving me mafia vibes.
Talk to y'all offline, okay?
I want to get our IP address.
Not right in there.
Hey, Naeem, can you do me a favor? Favor? Can you hack the IML account Academy and make it free for me?
Wait, don't do it. But she's giving you a suggestion.
I mean, I could take y'all off.
So I'm telling him do that.
You not supposed to say it like that.
But we ain't gonna get into that.
Okay, because Jordan want help. Jordan, you want to drop your jewel first to get us off this screen, or?
It's funny.
Yeah, I was being held hostage. Like I was getting scared.
Hello.
Do you want to do Forex, Jordan?
You're not starting this debate right now, okay? Because I feel
I'm
like
just
that's just
asking
gonna lead
Jordan.
to your.
It's not a debate. I think it's just more being educated on it and really,
I'm not against it. I'm not against
it.
it.
People need to know. No means no. No means no.
And
Yeah, and that's
Don't
not it.
understand that. No, I don't want to do it.
what
You should. No, do not want to do it.
I'm
not
not against
right
doing
now.
Forex. Anything where I don't have to go to work and clock in for 9 hours, I'm absolutely fine. If I can make a whole salary and not have to clock in.
And that's basically what it is. It is.
Okay.
It's like that.
But
it is.
if people weren't getting scammed, that would have been a different problem.
But it's not scam though. It's not
people are. We're not saying that it is a scam
because there are other people that's faking and posing as IML. That's the problem. People
but
are
how are we supposed to know the difference? That's what we're saying. How are we
That's why we're planning to do some other stuff to help with that because a lot of people are getting confused about that. That's why I'm in the business. I don't like complaining. Go ahead.
Not the mugshot.
I don't like complaining though about stuff and not taking action. So my whole reason for also getting in the business is fixing that so y'all be able to understand and y'all don't believe it's a scam because a lot of people have been getting scammed.
I got a question. How long you been paying $155 for this little account? Because I don't think I recently got out and I started again. So this is my first time paying $165. But by the end of the month, I'll be making so much money in my live account that I'll be able to pay for it myself. So so when you start making your money at the end of the month, after you've been consistent for a month, let me know how it go. And I ain't telling you to sign up.
6 months. Tell me how it is. 6 months.
Maybe better yet, can you just share your IML login information with me so I could log in for you?
No.
You could be getting extra money because it's 2 people working.
No, I want my money. You can get.
Okay.
Hello,
Jules.
Okay, Jules. Yeah.
All right, we get into the Jules show.
Go first. I can go first.
Naeem, you can go first.
That should be the next session.
Naeem, go ahead, because you've been talking about Jules for like the past 20 minutes.
Sorry, Naeem.
Y'all
better have one.
Forex.
Come on, Ripple. Come on.
Elaborate. That's evaporate.
Sorry.
I'm talking about his little pond up there.
Right.
There ain't no pond. It's a raindrop.
A puddle. Let's say a tiny little puddle.
Not a puddle, just a raindrop.
Just a drop.
I'm dead.
Okay. My jewel is don't do Forex. That's all I gotta say.
Boy, you such a hater. You a hater.
I'm gonna say my jewel so we get this over with. My jewel is never come back.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna knock your socks off with this one. My jewel for today is to just be aware, be self-aware, be culturally aware, be societally aware, like understand what's going on around you. Just be aware, because if you don't, you're gonna end up always being knocked, left, right, up, down, because you don't know what's going on around you. So just be aware of everything that's around you. Mainly be aware of your surroundings. I know y'all hear that often, but just be aware, like just in general. Like read them signs. You feel that vibe off, read that. Your intuition, specifically women's, are never ever wrong. And I be trying to tell people all the time, like I be out with Elda and I be telling her my intuition and she be ignoring it, and then turn around and be like, "You are right." Well, duh, I was. I felt.
That's how
stay aware and listen to your intuitions.
Yes,
I got it. Never downplay people's opinions and their feelings.
Don't do Forex.
Kick him, Miss Shoni.
Yes,
never downplay anybody's opinions and feelings because they matter. And yeah.
Yes, just like my opinion matters, Naeem.
Yeah, opinion do matter.
But that data show is scamish.
Yeah, it does, but the data shows. But like I said, we can talk about that offline.
So it does scam.
I don't want to treat my money like.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Not gonna talk about this all online. Let's just get this jewel. I'm gonna tell y'all my jewel.
Let me do my jewel. Let me do.
I thought you were gonna go last. The best for last.
Yeah, Julie, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Jordan.
Not the sticky.
Now you're showing Forex personalities over there.
Don't do it. Just let her get her jewel quick.
Go on mute. Go on mute. Go on mute. Thank you. Anyway. My jewel for today is learn to take time away from the media, because I feel like a lot of the time that's the way that we find out about the news. That's the way we wake up in the morning, check socials, go to bed at night, checking socials. So just learn how to take those media breaks for your health. Just taking that time away from, because a lot of times there's not positive media outlets, or there's not positive things that you're seeing on the media. So learn how to give yourself that brain break just to recharge sometimes, because it's definitely necessary.
Oh, I'm next. Do Forex, y'all, if y'all really want to see.
Oh.
Anyways, my jewel is to go out and experience those experiences you want to experience. Don't let nobody change your mind about anything. Like Jada said, be self-aware. Be aware of your surroundings. Go out.
Stealer.
Huh?
Jewel Stealer.
I agree, but I put your name in it. Though. I gave you credit. But for real, that's basically all what it is. And being surrounded by what you say about the culture. Bye. I'm leaving the whole chat. I'm done.
Say no to drugs. Say no to Forex.
No.
Well, thank you guys for coming.
Don't be Forex.
I need you.
Because I'm hungry.
I'm ready to call y'all at this. Bye.
No. If it's
not
it's okay.
I'm not calling you enough.
Amari, I'm right
right.
I'm right at your contact, Amari, and it's right say scam likely.
Or
because y'all being smart and I don't like it. Is that supporting me? Y'all can be.
Yeah, right. Let me tell you real quick.
Good job.
I talked to y'all yesterday about this. I said y'all supposed to support me. Y'all supposed to support me.
Be the problem.
Good job for doing for us. Good job for not getting scammed.
We do support you. We support that you want to be consistent and show us different. We just want you to know that we feel like it's scamish.
Right.
We're gonna show you different.
Naeem, back up.
To change the conversation real quick. Speaking of support, y'all. So listen, a couple weeks ago, me and my mother had an issue, and we separated forever. Like this is done. We did. That's it. And guess what? Now I got $2,700 in my savings account. And I'm not giving it to Forex.
Actually, you did not have to add in the last part, but
you did not have to add it to that. Like, I'm proving y'all wrong though. I can't wait.
Okay. Well, the only way you can prove me wrong is if you bought your house, no payments, and your car, no payments on Forex. Until then, I still think it's a little weird. Not scam. I'm gonna take the scam.
And don't be so high on that horse because that horse could always fall down. That horse could always fall down.
If I show you a stack, Jada's not gonna be a scam.
If your stack came from other people's stimmies, I'm not believing it.
No, it ain't.
Where's the money coming from?
Like the money's coming from the foreign exchange market. Have y'all ever been out the country?
So where are they getting the money from?
It's the foreign exchange market. You have to read, educate yourself, young people.
And I read other people's experience, and it did not
read foreign exchange market.
No, like how did they get their money? So like they're just a billionaire, multi-billionaire. Like
no. So listen, Anaya, it's like this. If you started Forex in Heart Smiles, right, and let's just say that you showed everybody that they could have a good experience with it, right, and you told me about it, right? Wait. And you told me about it, right? And you was like, all you got to do is pay me. Well, the IML Academy people. Paying IML Academy a certain amount, right? But each time you brought somebody in, the head of that Forex team organization will pay you after you reach a certain level. And as you bring more people in, they pay you for bringing more people in.
But that's also not how it works either. Because
that's like that's like one of those little apps saying you can get $10 for bringing like 4 people in.
But let me tell you something.
So why is Joni saying no to Forex if it's not that bad.
Because Miss Joni don't know about it as much. If you're not educated, how do you expect to know about it? All you know is from the experiences that y'all see, and I understand that. It's like it's nothing I could do. What y'all see on social media, it's not going to stop y'all from seeing the bad.
No offense, Amari, but why you leave for Rex and then come back if it's not?
Oh, I came because during the time around Hot Smells, I did the same thing. I was in depression, so that's why I left.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yes. I was in depression, and I was
no, you can leave. You say Miss Joni, give me off.
And I cut my hair off. So I cut my hair off, and I was in depression. I wasn't in the
girl. Who you telling? I cut my hair 4 times. This is the first time I let it grow.
That's crazy, but
I'm
I ain't
cutting my hair because I know they're gonna get on my
depression, but I was. So
I changed my hair too much to cut my hair because as soon as I cut it off, I want long braids, and I'll be like, dang, I don't got nothing for them to grip.
That's how I felt. And like I'd be like real sad, and I'd be like, maybe if I cut my hair, I'll feel different. And I cut my hair, and I'd be even more sad. And I just like, you know what?
Why don't you dye it?
Now me, I would dye my hair. Listen, I would change my hair like the seasons change.
I cut my hair a lot. Like from 8th grade out, or from 7th grade out, I just would cut my hair all the time.
Man,
now, I'm trying to be a different person. Naeem, we ain't cut for you and your little puddles. I'm trying to be a different person, okay? And I'm gonna let it grow. And then when it hit my shoulders, then I'm gonna dye it a color. And then maybe, I'm gonna wait until that color grow out a little bit, and I might change the color. I don't know. But I'm really nervous because I'm still like being used to being sheltered about my appearance. So we gonna see. Maybe this summer I'll pop out.
Naeem, wait, check.
Bonnet check.
I'm like, you want me to take the scarf off?
I it on.
I would go get my butt and Naeem. Don't do that.
Yeah. Don't get close to the camera, bro. No, get close to the camera. No, right now.
No,
right now. Get close to the camera.
I see the little spot right there. I see a little spot.
Naeem, you all like bonnet check, but if you want to be technical, if I put my head back into the sleep ponytail I had, my waves be on spin.
So why you got a big bonnet though? Why your head is?
It's small, medium, and large. What's not? What can you not?
Close to the camera.
Large is for large braids and long braids.
No,
medium for regular hair.
Anaya, even though my hair
whole discussion.
But I'm gonna show you tonight. I'm gonna wash my hair for you, and I'm gonna wash my hair for you, and I'm gonna put you in my close friends because I don't want everybody to see my hair. I'm gonna wash it for you.
I got one question. I got one question, Naeem. That's gonna end this whole discussion. When was the last time you did a washing style?
What?
My point exactly. You ain't never did a wash and go. You don't know what's up.
Wait,
well, I don't wash and
go. You have to do a wash and go
style for your waves when you brush them.
Yeah, I can
brush them out, and then
I don't really need this.
You don't even brush your waves. So how you got waves if you don't brush them?
What do you mean?
Wait,
brush. You need to stop talking because
can you get me off real quick, please? Can you get me off?
I'm leaving.
You can leave.
I'm not really leaving my will. Like I got to get Miss Joni.
We can remove you.
We can remove you. Bye.
Bye. He wants to be picked up.
Pick me up.
Yeah.
They trying to pick me up.
What you trying to
pick me? No, thank you. I'm good.
Wait, no. This all right, Naeem. Since we gonna get on this real quick. How you want ways? You ain't got no do-rag, Lewis. How you don't never do no wash and brush, Louis?
Ex Lamar.
Tell Lamar. His way spinning in the eye. Still spinning. Earl Pool.
It's a big of my do-rag. I already paid.
Okay, see close up. We can kind of see it.
Bro. Oh my goodness.
You see how he backed away? He said, bro. Put it in reverse. Put it in reverse.
It's okay, Naeem. You'll get there. See, like people who have like heat damage, some people have to re-get their curls. It's okay, take time.
Yeah, you supposed to help me. Where Greg at? Where Charles at? Like, come on, y'all. Like, y'all supposed to.
Charles got some good hair.
No.
All right, y'all. Miss Joni wanted to leave because it's 7:18, and she said she got other stuff to do. She said roll out. So,
all right.
It was great being here with y'all. I can't wait to see y'all next Tuesday. I can't wait to see y'all tomorrow. I can't wait to see y'all Thursday. I just can't wait to see y'all.
All right. Bye, guys.
And this summer, I better see y'all out at a Heart Smiles cookout, or we gonna have a problem. Miss Joni, Heart Smiles.
Y'all got seafood salad. I'm gonna be there.
Don't do
girl. No, I'm calling
macaroni. I'm gonna be there.
I'm calling my grandmother and I'm telling her Mama, we need lamb chops for the Heart Smells cookout.
No, bring a sweet potato pie.
Don't
with
forget
it.
about the
You
baked
can't
macaroni and
get lamb.
cheese.
I don't even care what part of it is. You
Oh,
can't-
Jordan, if you want some lamb chops for real, hit my DM. My grandmother making a dinner on Tuesday for me and my friends.
Really, she is?
We having lamb chops, mac and cheese, and string beans with turkey neck bones in them.
You should order. She order and she deliver.
No, my
Let's
grandmother
go.
don't
No,
deliver.
but
And
do
it's
she-
not an order. She making it for
Yeah,
me
pick it
because
up.
she love me.
So can I
Invite
get some
me.
kids?
I would gladly.
Invite me.
Just let me know. Hit me.
Eyeball,
Invite-
not the eyeball.
All right, y'all. Bye. I'm out.
Bye.
Bye,
My
guys.
grandmother called my
Invite
phone.
me. I still have waves. What you mean? Go ahead.
That's a little beady.
Yeah.
You see how you trying to start getting bold once it's time for us to leave?
I enjoy it. I'm gonna be yeah. Anyway.